Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Hashtag Truth Challenge podcast / web series. That's my studio audience clapping. If y'all didn't know what I was doing this whole time, that's what that is. Anyways, we are back again with another episode. Now, I know we are in the Nedra Tawaab series, and I was gonna do this as a bonus episode because I saw a post of hers that I really liked that wasn't a part of the bonus series, or not the bonus series, her series. But I felt like it was just so fitting for my life, but I'm gonna just do this as the next episode. But before I get into that, I am wearing this cute romper. Now, if you're listening and you're not watching, you need to watch and also listen, okay? Because I'll be wearing cute stuff. But this is from Riley Ann Boutique. I will, of course, tag her when I post my clips, but I have on this cute little polka dot romper. I don't want to stand up all the way because it's wrinkled. I did not iron it. I was really excited and I just put it on because it was cute. I feel like I look cute. I got this little bow to the side. I feel like a whole Italian something sweet and cute. So sis, you can't tell me nothing with this romper on, okay? And also the shirt I had on in my last podcast is from Riley Ann Boutique. Super cute stuff. They have some cute bags that I want to get. So yeah, get into it, sis. And I feel like I matched the background. I said, wow. And you know what? Actually, I was really surprised because, as y'all know, I'm small. And some of the clothing, like, I don't think this romper came in an extra small. It was just a small, and I was kind of nervous because I thought it would be like baggy around my boobage area and just not fitting right. It fits. Okay, so let's get into this. So I had a moment this morning. Actually, I'm recording this same day, okay? And I was just having a moment, and I was just kind of venting because I feel like this past week I haven't been in the best headspace. I feel like I got like kind of sad and like depressed out of nowhere. And yeah, I haven't been in the best of mood. I don't know, I just got like sad and I didn't have any motivation to do the thing that I wanted to do while I had the time to do it, because like I still had to work today, but when I film on the weekends it's easier because I have time to, you know, do myself up how I want to, take my time. You know, I believe in like look good, feel good, and I feel a little bit better right now because I look cute with this little romper on from Riley Ann. Like, come on. But anyways, I lacked a lot of motivation. I pretty much wasted my weekend making myself busy with other things that had no real meaning and trying to justify why I was doing other things like to myself. And essentially I was just like self-sabotaging, and there's other things that I'm working on that I'm really excited about that's coming out before the end of the year, and I'm so excited for y'all to see it. But I also have been self-sabotaging because I haven't been on top of it like I want to. I haven't been working towards it as much or as hard as I want to have it completed when I want to, and just all this other stuff. Like literally just start feeling all this stuff out of nowhere. Like, do y'all ever have those moments where like, you know, you're just high on life, like you not necessarily high on life, but you're just having a good time, you're content in your life, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing's perfect, but you're just like content, and then all of a sudden you just wake up one day and you just like sad AF. Me too. So that's the kind of week I was having. And anyways, I'm rambling. We're gonna get into this. This Nedra Tawaab post, like I said, I already had posts picked out, but I saw this one and I was like, I have to talk about it because I feel like it directly relates to what I'm feeling right now. So this one is, sometimes it takes strength to. Number one, get out of bed in the morning. It does. It takes a lot of strength to pull back the covers. Let me tell y'all something. Every morning when my alarm goes off, your girl is confused, okay? I don't know what be going on. I be acting like I ain't never had a job before, and that alarm go off and I be like, who said that, okay? And I just do not be feeling it. But I definitely don't be wanting to get up in the morning. Like, it's hard. Like, I feel like I don't have the energy to get through the day. I feel like I don't have like the mental capacity to get through the day, the emotional capacity to get through the day. The job that I work is very taxing mentally and emotionally. Sometimes it is fun, but it takes a lot out of you. depending on what you're doing. And the fact that sometimes that's the first thing that I think about when I get up in the morning and my alarm goes off and I have to get out of bed, it's like, dang, I need to be prepared for A, B, C, and D, or else I'm not gonna make it through the day. Number 2, talk to a professional about your problems. It does take strength to talk to a professional about your problems because it's a stranger. You have to, for one, and this is what I'm struggling with right now, you have to do the work ahead of time to research professionals. I'm sorry, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not just gonna go to any therapist. So I kind of like to look into it, which that takes work in itself. Just like y'all know how when y'all fill out like job applications and you gotta put all your work experience, you gotta upload your resume and type in all your experience, you be like, you wasn't just gonna read the resume? Baby girl, baby boy, refer to what I uploaded. You want me to retype everything? Like, it's just a taxing thing to do. It's not hard, it's just a lot. And looking for a mental health professional is a lot, and you gotta sort through everybody. And then, you know, if you're trying to filter, you like, okay, I want someone that is Black, and then I want someone that is a female, and then I want this, and this. And then you may have all these qualifications, and then search results 0, or y'all get what I'm saying? It just be a lot. It takes strength to do that, and I'm struggling to do that right now. Like, sometimes I just avoid doing stuff altogether because it takes so much energy for me to do it. I just decide not to do it at all. I'll be like, boom, problem solved, just don't do it. That's bad, but I be doing that. Number 3, have a uncomfortable conversation. It does take strength to do that. I have had to have a lot of uncomfortable conversations in the past year or so. I have prepped myself for a couple of uncomfortable conversations that never happened. I'm not mad about it. I would have liked to have them, but I didn't. But yeah, they're just hard because when you're having uncomfortable conversations, I think the thing that's most uncomfortable about it is that you're having to be vulnerable, or maybe the other person is having to be vulnerable, and you're sharing things about, you know, the way that you feel about what they're doing, or how they're doing what they're doing, and it makes you uncomfortable because we're not used to being that raw and unedited and vulnerable all the time. But so when we do have those moments, we're kind of like out of place. I'm gonna see if I can find a post that Nedra has about having uncomfortable conversations or hard conversations. I'm sure she has something, but yeah, we need tips on that, okay? Because we want to have good communication skills. We want to have tips on what we can do to make it not necessarily easier for us to have uncomfortable conversations, but the tools necessary to properly have uncomfortable conversations. Amen. Amen. Okay, number 4. Can I just hold on, pause? Can I just say that I feel better now that I'm doing the video? Like, me doing things that I actually love doing makes me feel better. Number 4, speak up for yourself through tears. Whew. We done cried a whole lot, haven't we? Especially in 2020. We've been doing a lot of crying. And let me tell you, it is so hard to make yourself heard when you are hurt, when you are broken, like literally in tears, and still have to properly communicate what it is that you're feeling, why it's cutting you so deeply to the point of tears. Like, that's a lot. It takes a lot out of you. It is hard. It is hard to communicate when you are hurting. Take your time, okay? That's the only advice I got. Take your time. Sometimes it takes strength to, number 5, cry instead of holding it in. I learned this yesterday because I was so overwhelmed with everything that I just started crying. Okay, it just took the one cherry on top, and I was like, yep, I'm gonna cry. And because like yesterday I was at work and I just had like this whole moment where I was like, okay, I'm gonna go cry. And normally I'm able to hold it in till I either get home or in the car, or maybe a couple days later, or maybe sometimes I get strong and I hold it in to the weekend. Okay, I be holding that thing. I don't know why I'm so goofy right now. But I just decided to cry and it felt good. And my supervisor actually used to work in like neurology and stuff and like brain injuries. And she was telling me that, and I was telling her, I was like, I feel better now. She was like, well, you feel better because there's a certain hormone that's released after you cry that makes you feel better. I can't remember what it's called. I'll try to insert it if I can find it. But it makes you feel better after you cry. And I was just like, that makes a lot of sense, because y'all know after you get a good cry in, I mean like a real good cry, like you cry in the shower or that cry when you go get in the car. I'm talking about that good cry. You feel good afterward. You be ready to take a nap. You be like, yes, I feel better. But it takes strength to get to that point, because you don't want to feel like no punk, because that'd be my problem. Like if I cry, everybody gonna think I'm soft, but I am soft. Yes, Tamia, you're soft. Ain't nobody tell you? You ain't tell you that you was soft? Girl, somebody need to tell you. Sometimes it takes strength to, number 6, say no when you fear the outcome. I've mentioned this so many times, especially in my podcast about like boundaries. Saying no is very hard, especially when you feel like people are going to be upset about you saying no. If you feel like there are going to be repercussions for you being assertive about what your boundaries are, about whatever it is that you're saying no to. Because for me, I know that if it's somebody that holds a certain place in my life or that's important to me, and I have to tell them no, that does make me nervous, because a lot of times when it's people that are close to us, whether it's friends or family members or whomever, it's almost like they feel entitled to our time and money, entitled to whatever. They just feel entitled to you, whatever that looks like. And so when you say no, it almost sounds like a foreign language, and they be like, huh? Like, what you mean no? Like, I'm this to you, or I'm this person to you. So you saying no doesn't necessarily make sense because I hold a certain place in your life. And that's not always the case. Like, I don't care if it's your brother, your sister, your auntie, your mama, your daddy, your best friend. Sometimes you got to tell these people no for your own sake. And that's just that. But it takes work to get there. I'm still working on it. I still be saying yes sometimes to stuff that I don't really be wanting to do. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. There are some people I do have a strong no in my spirit for. And I just be like, no. Like a toddler. I'd be like, nope, 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 nope. And that's just what it is. And it makes me nervous at first, but once I say no, I'm glad I said no, because now I don't have to be upset with myself later because I didn't say what I really wanted to say. I said what I said, and that's it. Number 8, sometimes it takes strength to distance yourself from emotionally draining interactions. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Because you feel like, I'm saying right like y'all talking back to me. I hope y'all talking back to me. If you're talking back to me, if you're talking back to me, hit the subscribe button. Okay, let me stop. What I say? Distance yourself from emotionally draining interactions. Again, we feel like certain people are entitled to our time, entitled to conversation, entitled to our advice, unsolicited advice also. It's just there's a certain sense of entitlement in general. And to distance yourself, it takes a lot of strength because we're so connected to people. And sometimes we connect ourselves unintentionally, other times intentionally. However it happens, I don't care how much you like a person. I don't care what their title is in your life. I don't care what the dynamic of the relationship is. Sometimes you just have to say no. Sometimes you have to remove yourself from certain situations because you yourself just cannot. You cannot. Sometimes you just need your space as an individual. And that's the whole story. At me. Number 9. Sometimes it takes strength to advocate for yourself. That's hard for me to do. I definitely had to advocate for myself this morning, and I had to, and this sounds conceited what I'm about to say, I had to talk myself into or remind myself how great I was, how creative I was, just how wonderful I am, and that my life has meaning and it has purpose, and you was kind, you was smart, you was important. Okay, I had that whole talk with myself this morning, and I should do it more often. I definitely need to get into the habit of speaking more highly about myself to myself, and speaking, and not necessarily speaking, but sitting in my greatness when it's recognized by others. Because sis, I be having a hard time taking a compliment. I don't even be knowing what to say after sometimes. I just like, that's sweet. So yeah, just love on yourself. Be on your own side sometimes. We beat ourselves up and we let the weight of the world get to us. And I do a lot, all the time. But I intend to be better and get better at feeling better about myself and who I am and just how cool I am. Are you cool? I'm cool. We're all cool. Okay. Number 10, sometimes it takes strength to be present. Oh, this has been me since last week. It's hard to be present when you have other things on your mind. It's hard to give 100% at whatever you're doing, whether it's work, school, or a relationship, whatever else needs attention in your life. It's hard to be present and experience that for all that it is in the moment when you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z going on in the back of your mind. And it takes a lot of strength to put those things to the side and focus on what it is that's in front of you right there in the moment, and even just life itself, right? Because a lot of times, and I know I do this a lot, I spend a lot of time thinking about what happened in the past and the things that have hurt me and how it has shaped me. And sometimes that's a good thing because it's very introspective. And I like to get to the root of my current feelings by figuring out, again, the root, where they came from, what experience happened to make me feel like how I'm feeling right now. But sometimes it's a bad thing because I go into this black hole of scenarios and things that could have happened or did that happen. Sometimes I can't remember. I'd be like, God, who did they say that? He said that? I can't even remember. And then there's the other side of it where I can't be present because I'm so busy thinking about my future, and I'm always worried about, not even worried, I'm just constantly thinking about if I'm going to be successful or not. Will I be the woman that I envision myself being? Will I have the things that I see myself having? Will I have the relationships that I know I can have, the healthy, well-formed, great foundation relationships that I know that I can build? But it's will I ever get there? Because there's so many things that hold me back. There's so many things that make me feel like I'm not capable of getting to a certain point. So it's hard to be right here, right now, and enjoy everything that life is right here and right now. Number 11, sometimes it takes strength to stay motivated. Again, this has been me all weekend. Like, I procrastinated because I was just like, I'm gonna do this, and this. And I really had a moment with myself, and I was like, you're self-sabotaging. Like, literally, things are going well for you, not perfectly, but well. And then I haven't got to like the climax of it, but I'm getting there, right? And I'm literally ruining it all before I get there. And I'm like, dang it, I'm doing it again. And I get so upset with myself. But the thing is, I'm not going to allow me to get in the way of me. So here I am. Don't let you get in the way of you. Be right here, right now. Okay? Okay. Last one, number 12. Sometimes it takes strength to be different when others don't understand you. Everybody wants you to be different. Everybody say, be yourself. It's your uniqueness that's gonna draw people to you. But as soon as you start being different, as soon as you start going on your own wave, as soon as you just start doing the things that feel right to you, and the things that feel good, and the things that just come naturally to you, everybody and their mama and their grandmama and their sister cousin got something to say. Does it matter what they're saying? No. But is it hard sometimes when you're going against the grain and everybody got something to say about what you're doing and how you're doing it? Absolutely. It takes a strong-willed individual, especially in our day and age where we have social media and people are constantly looking at us all the time because we put ourselves out there to be looked at. And there is free speech, and some people don't know when to shut up and close their mouth. Here's the thing, just because you have free speech does not mean you should say any and everything that comes to your raggedy, bald-headed mind. Okay? Yes, I said raggedy and bald-headed because that's what you is. If you got something to say about everything, especially when it don't have nothing, mind your business. It don't even have nothing to do with you, but you got something to say. You got something to say. So when we live in that type of environment where people can say whatever, whenever, however they want to do it, just because they can, we all have free will, right? And again, just because we have free will does not mean that we should exercise it all the time. We have to have some type of holdback with something. But in this environment, it is hard to just be you. It is hard to just be your raw, true, organic, unfiltered self. This has been another episode of the #Truth Challenge podcast. You can find this podcast at #Truth Challenge on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. You can find these videos and watch your girl. Okay, you can watch me. If you want to see me, you can look at me on YouTube at Tamia Speaks. You can also follow me on IG. My podcast page is at HT Truth Challenge, and my personal page is at Tamia Celise. Check me out, y'all. I will catch y'all on the next episode.